Hey, what's up, guys? Man, good to be home. Just got home this morning. Long trip back. Started off in Incheon, South Korea. Went over to Changsha, China, and then up to Anchorage. And sat around for a few hours. Jumped on a Delta flight, Anchorage to Atlanta, and then an hour and a half drive home. Hour and 18 minutes in the T-Rex. But here we are. We're back. We're back in the shop. We're ready to do some business. And you see over my shoulder here, you see Krystal. She's been anxiously awaiting my return. And if you look right here, you'll see a very important piece that we've waited for forever because I screwed up and bought it from the wrong place. But I do have it now. It's in my hand. Pretty soon it's going to be on the truck. I'm going to take some fittings off the old one and put it on the new one, get it hooked up, and jack the cab up, get the shifter poked through the floor where it belongs, let it back down a little bit, put on the shaft to the transmission, and make sure the shifter's working right. And what will I do after that? Oh, we'll get it running, top off the radiator, and see if we can't get the thing to build a little bit of air. And if I can figure out what makes it build air, we'll take it for a drive. But for now, let's get this cylinder done. So if you guys remember from the previous video, this cylinder, this cab cylinder right here, was the broken one from Trisha. So we're going to get these fittings off, get them on here, get it back on the truck, and get things figured out. So I'm going to grab a crescent. So I don't know if I told you guys or not, but you know, I bought that trailer, you know, the step deck van trailer, drop deck, yeah, step deck van trailer, and I lost the title. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out what I'm going to do about that. And these fittings are super tight, so we're going to have to switch to a different way of getting them off. That's pretty cool that those are that tight in there. I mean, I don't know who would have done that. I mean, only an idiot would do that. Holy cow, seriously. All right, so those are loose. Jessica's inside taking a nap. She had to come to Atlanta super early today to get me. Normally I come in the afternoon, but you know, it was sort of a time crunch. And I had two possibilities. I could get rest in Anchorage and get home late today, or I could just suck it up and come on home. So I decided the second choice was the better of the two, and I just sucked it up and came home tired. So one thing I was thinking about earlier today is I know I did some video on bringing that trailer home, so I may watch the footage and see if I can see what I did with the trailer title. I've also considered running an ad, you know, because I bought the trailer from a guy who bought the trailer from a guy, and he never titled it in his name. And you know, that's all fine and dandy unless, you know, a critical error occurs and you're the guy who's got a trailer that you paid good money for, and now you've misplaced the title, which it is my fault. I'm not blaming anybody but myself for losing the title. But it would have been nice to just be able to call the guy and be like, hey, I'll give you, you know, pay for your time. Can you run to the title place and apply for a new title, and then make me a new bill of sale and send it to me, blah blah blah. Problem is he didn't title it in his name, so, and he can't remember exactly who he got it from either. So it's one of those situations. He had it for a year, and you know, I've had it for a few months now, and you know, he did what he was supposed to do by giving me a bill of sale and title. I'm the idiot who lost it. So again, I'm not complaining that he didn't treat me fair. I'm complaining because I'm an idiot and lost the title, and now I don't know what to do about it. So I'm trying to figure that out. So for now, I'm not doing anything with the trailer, because if it's going to end up being a storage trailer, I'm not going to spend any time fixing it up. It's really too nice of a trailer to be a storage trailer. So I'm hoping that that's not how it ends up. I did find another trailer. So and it's actually nicer. So if I end up having to, you know, make this one a storage trailer and move on to the next one, it's not a total loss, because it is actually in nicer shape. The walls are in nicer shape. The ceiling and roof are in nice shape. It's got some it's got skylights in it as well, so it's not pitch dark in there during the day. It's white instead of black, so you know, it won't be a total loss. We're going to take this cylinder apart and see what made her quit working too. If you guys remember, this is a pretty easy task. This thing holds about a pint. So I like to dribble some in my shoe, you know, because why not? All right, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna go over there, put that shifter handle in the hole. Just like that, and tighten this bolt. And this bolt now this, you know, this thing should let itself down. Like Trisha, you put it on down and that thing's like, I don't really know why this one doesn't do that. This one you have to crank down and then it gets hard. And then you got to crank it again. Then it gets hard. And then you got to crank it again. And then it gets hard. So I'm not really sure why it does that. I'm going to get into it, but I'm just not going to get into it today. All right, so I'm going to tighten that bolt on the shifter. We'll let that thing relax a little bit. And that should keep that shifter so when you move it side to side, it actually rotates the shaft. Perfect. I'll bring you over here so you can see it. Get a little light in here. All right. So, the thing about this is, so there's a bolt right here, and this bolt has a machined end, and in the shifter, in the ball of the shifter, is a groove, and then the shifter sits on this, which is just a bushing, a plastic bushing, and then that bolt goes through the bushing and into that groove, and that way when you move the shifter handle left or right, can you see this right here? I'm moving the shifter left and right. See how it's rotating this? And this is what changes that's what changes the selector. And so that's all got to work. And so right now that's working good. So I just made a piece. I took a piece of PVC pipe and I warmed it up and I stretched it over the ball to give it that ball socket shape, and then I just kept grinding and grinding and grinding until it fit down in there. So it's about this thick. I'd like to just replace these. Maybe I'll have somebody 3D print them, but for right now it was just nice to have that done. So now that that's finished, I'm going to get the drive shaft for the transmission back on and back bolted up, and get the cab down and make sure that my gears are working. Let's see, what should I do next? I think next I will, I'm going to let the cab all the way down so I can get in there and look for that title for the trailer. I know it's not in there, but if I don't look, it'll be sitting right in there in plain view. So I'm going to let this thing down. I still don't know why it won't free fall in the down position. It should be falling pretty fast right now. It should be going like Trisha's, but you know, it's okay as long as it does come down. Okay, that's good. I'm going to bungee cord this cab latch out of the way. Well, we can't really do it that way because it has to set down on there. We can do it this way though. Oops. Glad you guys didn't see that. I almost took a little trip. That would have sucked. See how slow that thing comes down? I wish it was like Trisha's, you know? We're gonna run it up and down a whole bunch of times and see if we can get the air worked out of it, because it may just need bled, you know, because I did have system open. We'll have to see. All right, so that title wasn't in there. I didn't think it was. And man, that thing is super hard to pump compared to Trisha's. I just think it should go up easier than that, you know. And it does kind of like, you know, it goes up and then gets kind of snug. And I think with new cylinders and stuff, it should just be a lot better. But I think it's got some air in there. I mean, I guess I should be thankful because, you know, when I got it, we didn't do anything. And I think to fix that, I'm gonna run them along the outside. I'm not really sure, but it just sucks because those are expensive. But and this doesn't have the right bumper on it, and that's why the front fender catches. I had some guys notice it in a video. I never noticed it, and some guys noticed it, and so in looking at it, the bumper's really not right for the truck. And where the fender comes out is right where the bumper comes up, so it needed to be a little wider right there. You know, I think that's what you get sometimes. You ding up a bumper, you go to a junkyard to get one, you're like, man, it only rubs on the fender a little bit, but really it's enough to ruin it. So I think that's it for today. I'm pretty tired. I wanted to get that lift cylinder on and get it ready. So tomorrow I'll come out and I'll put the drive or the linkage on for the trans, and I'll get these hoses cleaned up and out of the way, and clean up the fuel lines, make a couple fuel lines and return lines, and we'll get her started up and see why it won't build air. Maybe we get it fixed, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll put the cab down and take it for a bomb around the block. We'll see. Talk to you. So anyways, we're gonna put this we're gonna get this shaft in there. Oh hey, you guys watch Chad Keegan? He's from up north a little bit. He's got a couple K100s, and one of them's an Aerodyne, and he's doing, man, he's changing the interior color. He's you know, making the truck roadworthy again. He had a little accident a few months back, and wasn't sure if they were going to be able to fix the truck, but he is getting it back on the road now, doing a little customizing, some interior stuff, the floor. I really enjoy his channel. You know, things that I haven't done before, gives me the chance to see how that stuff goes, and gives me ideas for things I want to do. Chad's a pretty good dude. We've been talking via Messenger, and he's one of the guys that I'd like to get one of my trucks around and head up there and, you know, do a little meet and greet and hang out. You know, the only thing I can say about him is you know, I drink High Life, he drinks Miller Lite, so there's a little but anyways, no, his stuff is really good. I think if you guys haven't checked him out, you should check him out. But anyways, Chad, if you're watching, I got you a little something special on its way up there. You may already have it by the time I put this video out, but hit me back, and man, if you need anything, let me know. All right, so this thing goes kind of backwards onto the transmission, and you kind of got to do it together, right? Because it slips on both yokes. I see it's going to have to go under these. I see that I'm missing one of the bolts, so that's super cool. Hey guys, I'm back. So took these over to the wire wheel and got them cleaned up. I did end up finding the front ones, so I got those cleaned up as well. It's going to be a kind of tough spot to see what I'm doing in there, so I'm just going to grab a light and get up in there. Looks like this one's going to be just a slip fit. This one's going to be a slip and rotate sort of deal. And there's a little notch, a little indentation in the shaft. And so you got to get that thing pretty close anyhow. I feel like that's in there, right? seems like this should have a dent in that as well, but it looks like it has looks like it's pinned. So yeah, it's got a pin in there, so that one can't come out. This one is not pinned. Yeah, I don't know if I really like that up there, but for now it's what I have. All right, so ooh. All right, so that's tight. So it seems like just a lot of slop in that joint right there. But feels like that should be okay. All right, so I'm going to open this other shop door, get a little more light in here. So I got to move Trisha out of the way, so I thought I would put the camera on and get the keys out. I'm not using my microphone right now because once I get in the truck, it's going to disconnect and the audio will be off. So I figure what I'll do is I'll put you over here, and then I think I'm going to just back it up and pull it up in front of the other door, see how it goes. But for right now, the truck hasn't been started in 3 weeks. It's not cold outside, but I'll show you how it starts. Starts pretty good, huh? So, right now I'm going to get rid of these heater hoses. I'm going to connect the bottom hose to the top hole and get rid of these. So I'll cut one of these off and loop it back around. And then I want to get these cleaned up, get that cleaned up, get these hoses out of here, clean up some of these fuel lines, make some new ones where necessary. That one needs a new one there, and this needs a new one here. Yeah, it's just kind of a mess, but We'll do this one first. I don't know how that's going to work. Let me grab a pair of vice grips. Shut up. Put me some derricks on there. All right, let's see what happens. What I'm probably going to do is fill my shoe with some sand and oops. I'll probably cut this one right here and bend it around and put it on right there. And in the meantime, I'll grab this drain pan for any unwanted coolant. Where? No, it just scared me. Oh shit. Okay, well, I don't have to worry about hurrying now anyhow. It's cool. It's cool. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. You know, when you hear stuff pouring all over the floor, chances are I probably need you. I'll squeeze it. You ain't even just dumped that on my foot. That was nice.
I can't squeeze it hard enough.
Put your finger in this hose.
My finger's not there. It goes.
Okay. Alright, well that sucks. I love having coolant filled shoes. It's pretty awesome. Come out to the, go turn the water on.
Okay.
So I was going to show you, but Jessica got it too fast. We had a little hummingbird that was up in the peak, and he'd been flying back and forth all day trying to figure out how to get out of there. And she finally hooked up a rag and put it on a pole like this over there. And she got a hold of the thing and got it outside and coaxed him away. So now he's going to go out and either live happily ever after or die. We don't really know for sure. So anyways, we made a big old mess on the floor. Put about a gallon of coolant down, you know, to go with the oil that was already there, because that's cool. You know, we like to share. But anyways, I'm gonna work these hoses and see if I can. No. We'll see how it goes. All right, for now that looks good. Let's move you a little bit here. And that right there, it's how you lose an eye. Thing shot out of my hand like it was slippery and just shot right out of my hand. So you got to be careful when you're doing stuff like that. You end up with no eyeballs. You know, isn't that weird how the guy turns on his forklift and it sounds like it doesn't have any compression and it ran good when I parked it? Sounds like timing chain might have went. This gas tank leak all out? Nope. Not good. I don't. It's okay. It doesn't sound good. guess it has been sitting a while. All right, guys. So I learned my lesson from a little bit ago, and I'm gonna do a better job of clamping these hoses off before I get after making them go. So I'm gonna try and slip in here, get a couple of these, get these hoses pulled over this way, and well, I think I'm gonna put this one back on, bring this back over this direction, and it's gonna go on here. And so I'll get ready to get this off here, and I'll cut this hose a little shorter, probably like that. That'll be more than adequate. We'll put this up there, slide that on, and then run that clamp tight. Okay. Hey guys, those of you who know me know that I'm a huge fan of these Scott Shop original, these blue shop towels. Man, I'll tell you, I keep them in stock. I buy them by the case, and I like to have a box here, a box over there. I keep a box on the truck because, man, you just can't. You can't be going places without having some towels with you. Towels are super important. You want to be successful doing a job out on the road and not messing your truck all up. You got to have these towels. I'd kind of like to have the shop clean sometime in the near future. I'm going to keep these runaway boards real handy. We'll be doing stuff with the truck today. Hopefully hopefully I'm getting close. I need what do I need? Oh, I'd like to figure out the air. And if you notice, I'm sitting here under the truck with no protection. So if something happens, the thing's just going to close down on my face. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. It won't do that. This cap jacks up super hard. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna try and do something with that exhaust. It looks like that's the new pathway for the exhaust. Yeah, that looks good. Looks as good as anything, right? Right. Okay. So the only thing I hear leaking now is this fitting. Nope. This fitting. All right, so I don't hear any leaks now. One little one. I don't believe that leak under the dash was enough to keep this thing from airing up. So, and I'll just bet you that thing will kick it over with the key now. So at least I can be inside of it if it tries to get away from me. Let's see. Contact. All right, so I think he's running out of fuel. Started running bad. Doesn't surprise me because we don't really have fuel pump. Well, what do you think of that? I mean, you know, it's far from perfect, right? But it's outside of the shop. It ain't running the greatest, I'll tell you that much. But I did want to be able to truck it down the road just a little bit. Let's see what we can do, huh? All right, so I'm gonna put you right here, and the clutch is all the way up to the top. I mean, all the way up. Brakes work though. Oh, she turns a lot tighter than Trisha does. That's for sure. Let's see, what do we got for oil pressure? Oil pressure's good. Got to be careful because I ain't got no lug nuts on any of these tires. And let me just tell you what, this truck runs good, and I am not kidding you. It smokes like a freight train, but when that turbo comes on, Johnson, I'm telling you what, this little A model, it is impressive. Well guys, man, that's crazy. So that was the first blast, and you know, a lot of you guys are going to be saying, well man, wow, I can't believe you did that. You don't have any lug nuts on those back wheels. Oh my gosh. You're right, I don't. And I should have probably been a little bit more careful. But you know, there's dang near four lug nuts on each wheel. That's dang near enough. Ain't no oil in any of those rear ends either. This one's got dang near 4 on it. That one there's got dang near 4 on it. So when you count those all up, it's an awful lot. Let's look. Jessica's up there, up in the truck. Let's get a little look at her. Hey mama, razz it up. Yeah. So that's it for today. I just wanted to get that shifter working. Man, that transmission works great. I think 411s are kind of a little bit of a stout gear for that. But Jessica gave us a little shot coming down the road. Hey babe, did it smoke?
The entire time.
Okay, cool. So she says it smokes real nice. We still got some brakes that are hanging up on the back. I'm not super concerned with that right now, but she does sound pretty good. Let's get a look at some of these gauges up in here. I'll flip you around. Come on now. She is charging. And coolant temps right around 170. We got no tachometer. It's got no gas in it. Looks like it's working good. Looks like the air compressor is working just fine. The only thing it doesn't do is feed its own fuel. The only thing it doesn't do is feed its own fuel and turn off with the key. So I can just reach over there and turn the key off, but nothing happens. And so we're already familiar with that. So it's not a huge deal. This truck's gonna be nice. I think I'm gonna shut it off, clean up my mess, and then put it away. You want to see me shut it off? There you go, guys. Krystal's maiden voyage. Don't know how long it's been since it ran and drove, but you know, windshield's falling out of the thing. I got a new rubber to put in there. I'll get that windshield fixed. I tried to blow the horns, but they just went like that. So that's standard phraseology around here. But it was nice to take it down the road. It actually runs real good for a little 350. All right, so cleaned up the mess and drove Krystal back in the shop. Smokes like a chimney, even worse than that maybe. So don't forget to check out a few guys. Check out Chad Keegan. I talked about him a little bit in the beginning of this video. He's cool and he's got some cool trucks, and I enjoy watching him, so you probably will too. Check out Allison Customs, Allison, Allison, just like the transmission, only it's not. Allison Customs, old two-stroker, dang, super smart Detroit guy. He's got some badass trucks. He ain't afraid to do any job, so that's super cool. I enjoy that. And of course, you know, the ones that everybody watches. Check those guys out. But you know, don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon.